early this morning, and I was just on my mind. I was really thinking about, just really being honest about how you feel. Now how I feel, but I'm quite sure a lot of people feeling about just wanting to just things you really want to say, but you're not really bold enough to really feel like you can really say it to God. But it's on your heart what you're thinking, And so I was like, God, I just want to do a video on behalf of people to be able to say the stuff that people really want to say out loud but are afraid to ask, and just being like, sometimes you just feel like when it comes to the things that we've been talking about, or things that have been taught about God and stuff, you just feel like we trying to, it's like a treasure hunt, seem like. It seems like we're always trying to find these treasures that are in God and supposed to be a part of God, it's supposed to be of the kingdom, but yet it seems to elude us all the time. It seems to not like, it's like we can't ever really get them. It's like you feel like you're walking on a beach with, one of them little metal detector things, and sure, every now and then you find a nice little trinket, but the majority of the time, the stuff that goes off, yeah, it's metal, but it's not that precious thing that you're supposed to be getting or that you're really looking for, and it's like, and I'd be like, I'm like, God, I don't want to be wasting my life searching for things that really aren't true. I'm like, if I've been taught that something is supposed to be a certain way, but that's not really true, I don't want to waste my life trying to search it out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, life can be gone in a moment. And so I'm like, I just want to know, what the real things about you are. What to really go after that's really, really true. You know what I'm saying? Because, you spend 10, 15, 20, 30 years because you were taught that you're supposed to, have this, and this is supposed to be about, and this and that, but yet you've only seen drips and drops and traces of it. It just makes you, otherwise it wears you out, because you'd be like, am I crazy? Was I misinformed? Did I misunderstand? All that kind of stuff. And it's like, I'm like, I just want to be just real with God about that, because I know it's not just me. There's tons of people who both have talked about it and who are silently dealing with that, about not wanting to, feeling like, hey, am I really wasting time trying to pursue things that don't seem to prove themselves enough? I just, just being real about that and not being afraid to be able to ask God, like, really, what's up? What's up with all this? I love you, and I love God, and I'm going to have a relationship with Him, but I just don't want to be pursuing aspects about Him or things that are supposed to be promised that are as a believer or in the kingdom and all that really aren't true, where I could be spending that time and that effort on the things that are really true, and not being afraid and not letting no preacher, pastor, teacher, person, wherever, make me feel bad or like I'm dishonoring you because I'm being real with you about how I feel and what I think. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm a child of yours. I don't want to act like I'm this afraid slave wanting to ask his master questions. And unfortunately that seems like a lot of how I tend to feel at times. I don't feel like a son being able to come to his father and really ask questions out of a true heart. You walk around being afraid that I'm a slave, and if I ask to make the master mad by asking questions about stuff I don't understand, that's going to be somehow disrespectful. When I know that if my sons come asking me questions about things they want to understand about me, about anything, and if I have a true heart for them and wouldn't feel disrespected by it, and God loves way beyond anything I can even comprehend about love, how do I think that He's going to be upset or offended about true heart about it. You know, I mean, even the Bible tells us that He delights in a broken and humbled heart. You know, and a lot of our hearts are broken and humble, but we ain't expressing how we feel. We ain't expressing what we really think. You know, we just kind of go along with the motions, and we go year after year after year after year with such high levels of unsatisfaction. You know, and it's like, I don't want to. I just don't want that. I can't deal with that. So it's like, you know, God, there's hundreds and thousands of us that just want to know what we're supposed to be pursuing concerning you. You know, because the stuff that we've been doing and how we've been doing it, realistically, I'm going to say this, just ain't making it. It ain't getting it done. It ain't lining up. You know, it ain't measuring up to what we've been taught for all these years that it should be. And I'm just gonna be real with it. And I don't care if I lose Christian friends who are preachers or church-going people. It's about real stuff. I don't want to continue to live my life not being real about how I feel with a God that's supposed to be real, who is real. So it's like, what's the point if you're gonna have a God that's real if you can't be real? You know, and it's wrong for anybody to make a person feel that it's wrong to be real with God about how you feel and about what you think. You know, only a manipulator or an enslaved-minded person will make you feel bad about wanting to understand. Period. You know, so, you know, it's just that, you know, and I think it's a bunch of bull about this whole, you don't question God stuff. He the one that's always saying ask. He's the one that always, he came up with that. You know, but I'm supposed to be afraid of that I'm going to be punished if I ask. Will you tell me to ask? What kind of person is that? That's just not, that can't be him. You know, that would be foolish. That would be crazy. I see why people would look at those of us who were in Christianity and think we're crazy, because we claim our God is one way, but our behavior acts like it's something different. We claim He's all loving and kind and understanding, but we don't approach Him as if He's like that. We approach Him like we could catch Him tripping on a day and decides that He wants to go off. And it's like, they think we're nuts. They think you could be nuts to even serve a God that looks like he's on an emotional roller coaster at times and you can't figure out what He's about. I mean, who would do that? I think, yeah, that would sound crazy too. So, on behalf of not only myself, but others who feel this way, God, I am standing in the gap. I am standing on the podium on behalf of us, saying that we need peace in our minds and our hearts about truth and reality concerning you, concerning things about you. We know that you are real. That's not the case. The point is, we want to know some truth that we can have peace. Because Jesus said, once we know the truth makes us free. And we're just looking to be free. That's all.